Today I'm going to talk about the journey of setting up a new business. And there's no secret, any business comes with a risk. There's a large percent of people that are unsuccessful and they give up in business. And you don't give up for loads of reasons. It could be for a financial constraint, it's always a reason. Sometimes something just doesn't go to plan and some people decide to give up. Frustration, or just, you run out of motivation, some people. You take a good example of not giving up would be J.K. Rowling. She wrote those Harry Potter books, and she was rejected on numerous occasions, but she didn't give up, and look at her now.
It's been a stressful 4 months. In terms of difficulties, when they arise, have you ever thought about giving up?
Right at the beginning. you know, at the start of this venture, I had a plan, and I was just going to follow it through. The hardest obstacle I started with was finding a site. There's variables that I don't really want to move where I live, so I'd like to find somewhere I can commute. There's also the financial burden to find something you can afford, and trying to find a site for a laboratory that needs to be accredited does introduce a lot of variables. Searching, emailing, googling the usual platforms. I was very fortunate eventually, after not giving up, was finding London East. And I've been really fortunate actually since moving in that the managing director, John Lewis, has been very, very supportive with challenging my plan, challenging my objectives, to make sure that I'm on the right path.
4 months into starting up Aspire now, what motivates you to keep going?
Legacy. I think I've always dreamt and always wanted to build something that outlasts me. But with that, I'd love to have a business that makes a difference even when I'm not here. So in Aspire's case, I'd love Aspire to have an impact on how the current industry works, how we test, maybe support with regulations. But that's probably the one thing. Another thing would probably be about more control. I think when you work for somebody else, you can be fortunate to have a really good leader that's inspiring. And you could also be in a position where you don't have an inspiring leader and you have your own ideas, your own vision, your own strategy, and you can be one of those people that complain. Or you can be one of those people that actually say, I'm going to have a go at this, I'm going to be a leader and set up my business.
So, just from your experience, what advice would you give to people looking to start a new business?
Be comfortable with being uncomfortable. That's probably the first message. I think Richard Branson said it perfectly. If your dream doesn't scare you, it's just too small. Don't underestimate your competition. Really evaluate your market size. I think that's really important too. Having the right network. I'm fortunate enough that I have a network where I'm always seeking advice, asking advice, or even given advice. And I'm a firm believer in self-learning, self-developing. I think those are probably the key things at the moment.